Automa triplets. Where are they? I'm surprised they didn't say anything about the well. I'm surely we fixed the well. Right? Even darker than the depths of the ground. There's Bubs playing with teapots and stuff. Speaking of which, my kettle's about to boil, which is good. Make a cup of tea. Why can't I find the robots? Robots. Robots? Are they just hiding somewhere? Interesting. Alright, let's get more experience, yeah. Max level. Okay. So we've got gold, more of as quickly as possible, experience as quickly as possible. Rune durability, because you get a good rune. One was next to John. That's the doggo. Oh, there they are. They're both down here. Yeah, you get a really good rune. Oh, the divine relic cooldown though. I wonder if we get one. If we power this up, if we get a third relic. Get that because it's a super cheap one. What gemstones? Wonder what these cap out. Like we've got 11 points here. I think max health's really okay. I think I overlooked max health because the healing potions are percentage based. I think the gem drops could be worth it. We were at a stage where we weren't spending all our gems. Well, we just didn't spend all our gems then. But also, I don't spend them before I see the first shop, like in regular treasure chests. So maybe we could. Get a based one. Can I afford anything? Extra dodge? I wonder why there was a thing over that one. I'm going to quickly pour that cup... Oh wait, can we go again? No. We'll pour that cup of tea. And we'll head down. Who should we play as?
The darkness threatened to overwhelm them, but they needed to unshackle the last spirit as soon as possible.
Yeah, I put a fair bit into crit already. I've got a little bit into dodge. Not a big fan of like super low percentage gains. But they're there at some point, so they get sunk into.
Free of his earthly shackles, Ane Sarava still remained a prisoner of his own creation. Area 30, his workshop, and Jin's birthplace.
Oh, it's only 2 sections. Oh, well, John's already powered. Oh, man, I don't want to play as Mark. Mark's gonna get eaten. We haven't played a Lucy today.
Working tirelessly for the good of the people, Ane Sarava spent his days distracting himself from his heart.
And that pre-fire. Probably not completely necessary. Sidewinder's just hitting everything. Get him. Not gonna reach, just flat out not gonna reach. Get off the mountainside. Okay. An extra crit first rune. Good morning, Adam Sims. Oh, 5v fire. Yeah, Lucy's cool. Oh man, Lucy in a challenge. Maybe we grab that crit thing and open this up. I didn't even see what that was. Temporarily something. She's like, excuse me, get wrecked. Mr. Big Brain. The same ult is so bad though. What do you think of in the games channel? Not games, the stream suggestion channel. There's a game like Buildings Have Feelings Too, I think it's called. That's it. Come on. Get it? I'm gonna get more hit points on the next decoy points, I think. I was just thinking that, and then all of a sudden leveled up. Getting the time to be able to open up is so valuable. Oh wait. There's also tornadoes, which are kind of okay. I don't know. I'd prefer not to tornado and make sure I have the mana for decoy. I think tornado does some damage though, but not the same. Like when you can stand there and then open up with that. Him. Get him. Something about Lucy's just fun to play. Summon tornadoes on crit hits? Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Because then you don't have to be, like, doing them. Release massive pulse, pushing enemies away from you. I'm pretty sure that doesn't interrupt her firing either, does it? Yeah, like I said, it's a shame her ulti's just so bad. Where is that? Is that up here? Upon receiving fatal damage, Lucy instead conjures a decoy and temporarily becomes invulnerable. What's the cooldown on that one? Oh, it's right there. Cyclone hits have a chance to summon a small cyclone at 50%. Especially with the amount of firing she does and her crit chance. And I think the Sidewinders as well have a higher crit chance, don't they? No, they just have a higher chance to spawn. She's just boss. Like, she's just a boss little character. Wait, Panz, watch where you're running. Seriously. Oh, frickin' Waller, man. Oh, I've got to make use of her orbs as well. I completely forgot about her orbs. Oh, Adam Sims, thank you very much. Panz, don't stand in the fire. It's been a lot of biddy love lately, and it's makes me very appreciated. Makes me feel appreciated. And I appreciate feeling appreciated, yeah. All the appreciation. Plus it helps funds the games. Really helps fund the games. Get your Orbeez back. Hey, big brain. A lot of times I don't open these doors, so I'm like, I don't want to release enemies or have to backtrack into enemies if I haven't cleared out. But then I realize sometimes it's where this is. Shoot out a missile. Oh, you got to active use that. That's fine. More passive uses. I think I saw something over there that... Yeah, that's what I thought I saw. I wonder if you can crit on a on a piece of pottery, like on a jar. Actually, when she's got orbs up, I could tank one of those balls just to keep firing. Just out of range. Lots of dirty. There's two wallers. How did I not pick up on the fact there was two wallers earlier? There's the bomb. Dang, that means more morph too, getting that higher drop rate. I should have totally gone for that one, maxed out that one. There's usually an ability that you should max out. If I was playing this game again, I would probably just pump everything into gold. Well, maybe not. You balance a little bit. Then again, probably just pump everything into gold, right? And then pump everything into experience gain. No, maybe these things percentage. That one could even go in conjunction with morph gain because you get more for.
Was hidden the path to a nigh Saravah.
Yeah, give me that that healing phlegm. While in Guardian's Rage, ignite the air around Lucy, causing an explosion of scorching fire. Increase the damage of Lucy's ray of fire on Guardian Rage. It's just so, range would be nice because the range is awful at the moment. Chance for a call burning meteors to fall when enemies during. It's got all these things that go on this thing, but this itself is bad. I'm gonna save it for the chance to cyclone. They're just so strong. Yeah, it's just carrying him away, dealing damage to him. And Timnos, I don't know, I really wish you guys had recommended something like this ages ago. More crits. Not enough of these are getting through. Yeah, I did enjoy the time I spent playing Darkest Dungeon. Well, most of it. I think for me, like, I definitely see the appeal of Darkest Dungeon. It's very clever. It's done well. Like, the art's good. The voice acting is phenomenal. I'm just not a roster management guy. And especially long-form campaigns. Primary attacks cause fire burn. Might as well take that. Yeah, my biggest issue with the games with the long form campaign is like I don't have that ability to sort of learn how to play and adjust as I go. So I always end up with a tragically broken campaign, which quite often the time it's easier to start a new one than it is to pick up, which is definitely what happened with my Darkest Dungeon playthrough. Was that I ended up at a point where pretty much everyone was, like, all the characters were just ruined, or dead. Yeah. Also, my roster was wrecked. So I started over again, and did much better, but still got nowhere near the good stuff for the game. You know, and in similar situation, wrecked. Whoa. And so then I started looking for, like, learning information, guide, if you will, so I could try and get a bit better at it. Except with long campaigns, it's not really a learning thing. It's not like when you, like for shorter roguelikes, Slay the Spire, FTL, you get learning information. For long campaigns, you get spoilers or guides. Whoa, that guy's dropping meteors. And when I'd finished it, I sort of felt like I hadn't finished it. I just found the answer somewhere else. Like I just copied someone else's homework type of deal. You found a journal. I must make this up to the boys at a later date, as I've turned this vacation into work. Perhaps that is what it's meant to be at Bergson, never off the clock. I gained an audience with an Isarava, but learned little. Upon asking of a black substance, pain look overcame him, and he demanded I remove myself from his chamber. Anger in his voice for sure, but mixed with sadness, as he said under his breath, only the chosen can defeat it. Before he howled in pain. I can feel the sorrow in my bones. My bad knee aches from the vibration. Yeah, so I really enjoy the dungeons in it, and the roster manager in that game was probably the one that I've disliked the least. You know, I felt like I worked out what was going on with that one pretty much myself, and I could get through in between dungeons, do the busy work. Vacation, yeah, field report. And I think it had very good pacing between action and busy work. And so that part of it was good, right? But yeah, like I struggle when it comes to roguelike, a lot of strategy roguelikes, coming up with the strategy or working out how to do stuff. But once I sort of get pointed in the right direction. I tend to do okay sort of playing lots of rounds and then working out on other things, what works with what and what doesn't work with other stuff. But it's very hard to do that in long-form campaigns because they're long. They take forever. Whereas in a game that takes an hour, hour and a half, you get a lot of chances to work out what works with what else. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of issues with, like, so I don't like to just go looking for information online. Got a new codex entry, we'll read that in a second. Watching streamers that, or learning from streamers that are have demonstrated they're good at stuff by doing it, they generally have the best advice. Which one is one of those? Is new or something? We read The Fall of Loom. Murals in Ice. Elder Morta. Elder Morta is the oldest writing system in our civilization's history, originating long before the mountain god's birth. Its alphabet consists of 24 runes that roughly correspond to modern letters and pronunciation. Though their ordering is different, spoken Elder Morta is now considered a dead language, and even in ancient times, dialects varied greatly between regions of the mountain. These inconsistencies suggest that elemental gods may have used Elder Morta to limit cooperative communication between our ancestral tribes. Elder Morta runes now hold more symbolic significance than practical application. Runic inscriptions sometimes appear on treasured artifacts and architecture, giving them a mystic quality that runs deeper than their linguistic purpose. This has inspired spiritualists to employ runes in a variety of occult rituals, from divination to seances. When used as a spiritual tool, Elder Morta runes are carved into small flat stones and cast like dice. Relative placement of the fallen stones and whether the runes are visible or face down are then interpreted as a message from beyond the mortal realm. Joshua Cadmon, Scholar of Morta. Yeah, I understand what you mean, Timos. Like the when is the sometimes? Because it's like in a lot of games. Like I'll talk Slay the Spire because it's what most people know me for, is where people will be like, "Is this good?" Sometimes, or it depends. Primary attacks cause fire. That's increased critical hit chances 5%. Only costs 2. Recover health when attacking is reasonable. We've got a decent amount of sustain already. That's good. Gain constant health regen, but health globes heal less. That's a good one to get as well. These charms are weird because I'm pretty sure that's permanent. I'm almost certain that's permanent. So I don't know why it just doesn't happen straight away, unless you didn't want to pick it up. We might get some more, so... Yeah. Okay, so you can crit on a pot. Take that, dude. But yeah, no, back with the long form campaigns, I feel that I usually need to have 2 or 3 bites at them. And the first one I end up getting frustrated. And then I'll come back to it later and be like, okay, it's time to have another shot at this. and I will get frustrated in that one, and then eventually I'll come back and start another fresh campaign, and along the lines I would have picked up some tips and bits and pieces here and there, and then maybe I'll have enough to get through, and if I don't, then that's when I just go, you know, find the answer somewhere and then just do it like that, just so I can experience the story. What makes me okay with that, though, is I know there's a lot of other gamers that have a similar or partially similar sort of point of view, and you notice it straight away when I see a lot of the streamers I watch doing do-overs or restarts on campaign games. It's like they've worked out something and like, oh, I should have been doing this all this time, and they're like, wow, I wonder how much resources I've sunk into, you know, fixing it, or where we could have just been playing like this. Actually, Phoenix Point's a really good one, because that's actually that's happening at the moment, where a bunch of the people I watch have restarted campaigns because they're just like, it's not worth continuing.
Was a game of chance.
Just start over again.
Memory.
Alright, let's go 1, 2. Man, those extra crit cyclones just wreck those first dudes. Untitled crab game? Is that what people are calling it? But it's called Phoenix Point. It's got a title. That's what you're calling it. Fair enough. Here I am running around, not realizing I did that 1, 3. One, 4, 3. Dang it. Cyclone orbits around Lucy. Oh, thank you. At least we got a lot of gold. Yeah, I think for the same reason that I didn't try out Color Madness, I just much as I enjoyed most of the time I spent in Darkest Dungeon, I think I only did that because it was like the first, you know, it was vanilla. But yeah, most of the nature of those games, the strategy is less you still have to make some decisions based on the run you're in, but you've got a lot more control over how you're going into it. Crimson Court was great. Oh, I hated Crimson Court. Especially compared to vanilla. It's like, nah. The blood mechanic was just, nah. I like the idea of the dungeons that you don't complete though. You know, and you go back into them later. I thought that was cool. But Blade, that's not how you get the most out of a franchise. You need to make as much change as possible in the second game, and have it be a flop, so that you can make a third game that is closer to the original and have that be a monstrous success.
The final little automaton.
Oh!
The most in need of help.
This will primary attacks build up more rage. Swap every divine relic after it is used with another random one. No.
Anatomies.
No, they were killing the baby Robert. We're saving it, Adam Sims.
Around him had frozen.
Oh, stunning companion. We're stealing him for good? No, they weren't his parents. We're taking him back off robots that kidnapped him. Was there anything else at the store? Because we've got some things we can get otherwise. I think we just go for more healing. How do we want this? Okay, let's do it that way.
The final spirit needing to be released was nearby.
Come on. Fire up, Lucy. You boys like cheese? Long have I heard the stories of miraculous tree that grows deep within the domain of the forest god. The leaves of this tree brew delicious drink that calms the spirit and cures the body of ailments. Oh, we've already found it. This should have been earlier, but apparently we're powering through too quickly. These trees used to grow all over the forests of Morta, but the dark blight threatened their numbers centuries ago. A healer named Camellia saved a small number of the trees from the blight, and in her honor the trees bear her name. However, the location of these surviving trees, indeed whether any survive to this day, is unknown. No, it's not. We found one. Perhaps one day in my travels I'll be blessed to lay eyes upon them. Quanta, seeker of the old ways. Jobs? Co. At some stage I'm going to want to play Phoenix Point, and I think going straight for like watching the ultimate strategies first will ruin my getting wrecked by it. I often have, like, before the stream while I'm doing stuff, I often just have Co in the background, just listening, or if I'm playing something I can just look over. I just like his reaction to a lot of things. It's very oh my god, you know, type of, and I, you know. But actually mostly because, I mean, as much as I do like CRPGs, but other than that, like, not as much as Co does, but we have a very similar likeness of games we like type of deal. Oh, that is phenomenal. If we can have... Heck yes. So this one absorbs all the damage we take for a while we stand still. And then it explodes and deals all that damage back while we're powering up our... Like, Arcanum was epic. Yeah. Arcanum's a next level though, right? He just did a replay of that as well. It's stunny, bro. Decoy deals thorn damage? Why not? there's another one already? I actually need to take damage for that to work. I don't even know if my orbs... I think my orbs have absorbed everything. It was way ahead of its time as well. Just in all, like almost all the production value. I think like pretty much everything Sierra did from like the 80s even into like for up to 30 years, they were just well in a like way out in front, years ahead of anyone else. We want to seal?
Oop, oop, oop.
Now, not everything they did was good, but it was still years ahead, right? Greatly increased critical hit chance at the cost of a slow, constant health drain. I wonder how that goes compared to our all our health gain. Why is it not letting me buy this? Oh, because I have one. I'm looking at 3 out of 3 and going, I've got 3. Why can't I buy it? Oh yeah. Like, man, I remember when Dad brought King's Quest 1. Going to Sif 17. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. Much love. Hey, I got a thing. Look, I can click this. Click that. There we go. I got haha think. Yeah. We had King's Quest 1 and 4. I don't know why we didn't have 2 and 3. And we had Space Quest 3. There was a couple of learning decisions in there. Like in Space Quest 1, which I got years later. Like many years later, probably over a decade later. In the very first screen, I think you had to go to the left, and you had to get an item, and if you didn't do that, you couldn't beat the game. And for some reason, that, you know, no one thought this is not a good idea. I mean, game design was a fledgling idea back then, right? But you would have thought that would have been no, don't do that. Gonna get up for some D&D? Online or live? Live? Nice. You got an ongoing campaign happening? First time in 2 months? Supposed to be every weekend? Oh man. Hey, Headwound, mud dude, thanks so much for the raid. Welcome everyone. You had a heap of fun with Headwound, I know you did. What were you playing, man? I've been like binging on this Children of Morta. It is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Huge recommendation. Power on, power on. Primary attack will knock enemies back. Okay, we're going to get that before the boss. Remember where it is, chat. There. There's also a thing in there. Oh, stunny, bro. Hard yards in. Lucy's leveled up. Oh, go, Lucy, go. That percentage of gem picks up really paying off now. Oh, I'll get out. Oh, taking damage for the first time in forever. Tank it, tank it, tank it. Lucy little boss confirmed.
Jinn was created to improve the city. Plugged into the very walls of Terra Lava, it controlled defense and life support, making instant decisions for the betterment of the people.
Man, time's been flying the last couple days. Signs that you're playing a really awesome game. But no, time has literally been like... Do we have anywhere else to check out? We're ready for boss. Okay, we need to hit these up. Grab that rune. I don't want to grab that. Oh. If we're grabbing that rune, I don't want to attack anything though. Cyclone moves directly forward. No, fine. Maybe. Is there another one? And we've got an ulti ready, and we've got this bomb thing, and we've got the healing. Like, things are looking pretty good. Oh, I could have bought one of those. Dang it. I completely forgot the shop was on this level. Oh, I should have bought the crit up. Oh well. Yeah, no pressure or anything though, right?
Ane Sarava, the architect of Terra Lava, and the creator of Jinn, a machine meant to serve the land, not oppress it.
Uh-oh. I think that's done anything that I wanted it to. Oh, do I? I think I'm better off just tanking that if I've got an orb, hey. Okay, so I can't do any damage to it in this phase. So I'm trying to wonder now, do I have to get that bomb to go on that to get the phase to change? Or if it was just cool, or if I just have to last out the Now I'm starting to think maybe I do have to get the bomb on this thing. Oh, apparently I do, yep. That was, yeah. So that little bomb that comes out was stunning the portal thing. Yeah, it kind of is, hey. Good job, Lucy.
The air became aggressive, the temperature rising as energy returned to the Mighty One and flowed through his veins. Anais Harava was free again. As the spirit gazed upon the family, he felt something different, something unusual. Perhaps this could indeed be the final cycle.
Hey, 25k more, journal, little automaton. Seems good. Is that back to backs? What?
The spirit's words took life, forming images to reveal what was hidden from the Bergsons. Excitement filled the empty space. The promise made was now a promise fulfilled.
Aliens built the pyramids, I knew
The
it.
rock appeared on the horizon, and the boundless wonder ended. Journey had met destination. And the vagabond son of the heavens became the mountain god. His heart skipped, his mind echoed with music. His breath caught when the daughter of Rhea stole his heart and carved it with her name, Rhea Dana. Two became a pair, mates joined in happiness. Who willed to elevate Rhea's creatures. From her wisdom, 3 spirits were created to guard the eons. And they lived 1,000 years in bliss.
Oh, that's nice. until he started stealing babies.
Until Rhea Dana bore him a daughter. The mountain god could not stand her as he envied the child. Furious, he raged at Rhea Dana.
What?
And she left him. He wore the grudge as if it were a crown, one made of corruption, cursing the name of Rhea Dana's daughter. He descended into resentment. Thus was the truth revealed to the Bergsons, and the origin of the corruption. Uncle Ben repaired his body, but it was their presence that brought him back.
They're going to turn into Voltron?
They were built as a family, and a family they shall stay.